This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, you can go to YouTube channel Venkat since 2010. You can go to this YouTube channel. In that, go to playlist called TSO ISPF. Open TSO ISPF. So there are multiple sets will be there. You can refer either one of them. Okay. There are two sets, more than two sets will be there. What happens, team? Whenever I conduct a new batch, every batch TSY SPF videos I used to upload in YouTube channel. So you no need to complete TSY SPF because you have a chance to learn from my YouTube channel and my videos only. So whatever you're going to listen in the videos, same thing I'm going to teach here. So if you learn first, then if you attend here, it will be easy for you and to ask the questions. This is the benefit of referring the videos before you come to the session in for TSY SPF. Okay, let's getting into the. I'm going to start our content. So before I proceed for this, yeah. So yesterday I explained a concept of emulator. Okay, emulator is the software. Okay, emulator is the software we use to connect to the mainframe server. If you want to connect to the mainframe server, we should know mainframe IP address. We should know mainframe IP address. We should know port number, and you should know user ID, password. Okay. So you have to do emulator configuration only once. If you do once, that is applicable for the rest of the days. But whenever you have to do login, you have to log in every day. You have to log in every day by entering the password. Okay, right. And in yesterday's session, I explained what is a TSO. So TSO is the one which is one feature or one option in mainframe which will enable the environment, mainframe environment to connect. Okay, so with the using TSO ISP or TSO is the one which will ensure that end users means mainframe users can connect to the server concurrently, more than one user. So more than one person can connect to server, but nobody knows that. Okay, she connected, I connected, other person connected with other ID. So nobody knows that. Okay, you are not aware, I am not aware, you are as you connected. So then yesterday I had a just a small discussion ISPF. Okay, to system productivity facility. So today I'll explain a little bit more and I'll start doing the hands-on as I said now. So uh, assuming that everyone configured the emulator, because every day we cannot cover emulator configuration. We covered, and in fact I shared the video also. Right. So once you configure the emulator, that is a Mocha TN3270. Okay, Mocha TN3270. So this icon will be there on your desktop. If it is not there, you can click on Windows button. You can search for that. Okay. So now I'll click on Windows, Mocha TN3270. Yeah. So I'll click on continue trial. For me, okay, for you also you will get it that same way. You click on continue trial. For initial 30 days, you keep getting. After 30 days, this small window you will get it. This is like access, enter the temporary key. So I'm entering 113234982. So don't know this one because every time it is going to change either in my system or in your system. Okay, so I'm going to click on OK and it is collected. So just this is a for your information team. It is a training server. It is not a the client server and so on. It is a training server. What similar options will be there on the real time mainframe in client system also. Nothing to worry about it. So if you see this one, so this is going to vary for you, okay? Because this server, whoever use given server to us, they kept this highlighted data. And the login process slightly it can vary server to server, client system to client system. Okay, let's say you are working for Bank of America, I'm working for Citibank. So the login process might be different. Okay, though you guys are working on mainframe, but client is slightly different in terms of login. So how you can connect to the mainframe server? How we can connect to the mainframe server? So you can see the approach. Enter log on followed by TSO user ID. So first, like example, log on the user ID. What is the user ID? I told you guys there are three IDs in our training we are going to use. So Venkat A is the user ID, Venkat B is the user ID, Venkat C is the user ID. So you should be using only one of the ID. So now you can see here there is a blank space here. Okay, there is a blank space. Log on. Okay, click on log on space and Venkat A. You are going to get this video. I am everyday's video I am uploading in YouTube channel only for TSY. After that, don't expect every video needs to be uploaded. You know, don't expect every session video. Okay, nothing. So log on, space Venkat A. If you are using Venkat B, you can use Venkat B. So Venkat A. So enter. Okay. When you get invalid commands syntax, type log on. Maybe okay. Type log. So it is asking user ID. I will give Venkat A. I'll give Venkat A. Hit the enter. Hit the enter and password. Password I will ping in the group, which in whichever the group you are going to get that password. So I'll enter this password. Okay, I entered one password. Type the password. Hit the enter. Now it takes some time. Here you can see what time I logged in on June. Okay, 6:51 on June 5th June. I logged in at 6:51. Okay, the previous one, the current login time is 9:44. It is a server time. It is not your laptop or mobile time. Don't compare with the mobile time. Okay. Next, this stuff is not required for you. This stuff is not required for you. Just to type after ready, wherever ready is there, just to type ISPF so that you'll be navigated to ISPF screen. So type ISPF interactive system productivity facility and enter. I'm going to hit the enter one more time. So this is the ISPF, what we call this is the ISPF. So on the server, once I do login, I'm getting ISPF primary option menu. But in the client system, you will get one more screen before this one. Okay, you have to navigate to this screen from another screen. So please remember it. Okay, team. Now, so this is how you connected and logged in successfully. Just type equal x. So whatever we do here is called command line. The line which you are seeing is called command line. Command line. So type equal x. On this command anywhere you can type, not a problem. Type equal x. Hit the enter. Again your ready screen. Here you can type ISPF, one approach, or you can type a log off. So to log off means to log out successfully. Successfully, we have to do that. Log off, logged out. Okay, any queries so far? Now, I want to ask one question. Okay, hmm, maybe I don't know how many of you tried. Okay, so you take an example here. I opened IRCTC. IRCTC, I opened. Okay, I opened IRCTC. As an example, I am taking for the to explain something else in mainframe. Now, assume that I logged in. Assume that I logged in with the user ID called. I logged in user ID called XYZ. Password is ABC XYZ. So with assume that these are all the, with the credentials I logged in. That is a Chrome. Now I am opening Firefox. I try to do login. Sorry, yeah. I try to do login in IRCTC. Sorry, in the Chrome with the same credentials. Will it allow or not? Already I logged in successfully in the Chrome browser. Can I able to log in in IRCTC or in a Firefox browser or not? That is my question.
Will
Yeah,
allow.
we can log in.
No, you cannot able to log in.
No, it will show user already
Okay,
logged in.
with this you cannot able to log in. You can try eventually later after this session or when I am explaining. You can try that also. Not a problem. Okay, so when you logged in the Chrome in IRCTC, you cannot log in to in the Firefox in the same with the same credentials. It doesn't allow. It doesn't allow. So you need to do log out from that particular Chrome, then log in from Firefox or vice versa. Something you have to do it. Okay.
Is it specific to
Same case
IRCTC
with the main.
website or uh, all other
Yes,
applications
yes.
also,
It is
like Amazon,
no, no. It's
Flipkart?
not all right. If it is no, if it is all, how you can able to log in Gmail, how you are able to log in the Facebook. That is not
Yeah,
the
that is
case.
fine. That is only for IRCTC, right?
It is IRC. They enabled. They set like that.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay. So same case with the mainframe also team. Now I logged in this one instance. This is called one session. Okay, if I open one more time the same emulator, it will become another session. So, or I logged in here with XYZ ABC credentials. Can you able to log in with the same credentials from your laptop? No, that is not possible. Not only in the server, in client you take, any client, Walmart or Tesco, Bank of America, Royal Bank of Scotland, JP Morgan, or First Data, any user, any client, any mainframe client you take, any mainframe system you take, that is not possible. As I told you yesterday, one user can log in when, sorry, okay, one particular user ID can be used to log in at one place. Okay, you cannot use same user ID. You cannot use the same user ID to log in one from other place. I can log in with the 10 IDs, no problem. Cannot log in somewhere else when I log in here. Okay, so remember that sometimes you will get already in use mainframe ID in use. The reason for that, somebody might be using it. Somebody might be using it. So let's start again, explain how to do. Just you where I am typing, you notice log on. You can type either lowercase or uppercase, that is not a problem. Okay, log on space. We got earlier error right here. You just remember where I am typing. Log on space Venkat A. So in the training, I will use Venkat A ID team. 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. I'll use this ID. I request others don't use it. Okay. Log on Venkat A. Hit the enter. Log on Venkat A. So now we are here. Okay. So at this moment, you no need to know. You no need to know everything. You just remember user ID password. After a couple of days, you can explore the things. Now, so I'll enter the password. If you want to change the password, I request you don't do changes. Okay, for I am doing now. So just type the old password, enter. So can you see? Re-enter the new password in the new password field. What is the new password field? This is the one for the verification. So I'll give password. I enter. Let me do the same for Venkat B and Venkat C also. So on this, what are the type? What? How many commands I can type here after ready screen? On ready screen. On ready screen, what we can type? ISPF to proceed further, to type log out without any space, to log out smoothly. Already logged in, I do log off without going further. So it is perfectly fine. You see that it is logged off. Okay, so now I'll do login with the other ID. Login, log on. I don't, let's say, team. I will type mainframe ID eventually later. It's okay. So first type log on, enter. It will ask the user ID. I'll enter the user ID, enter the password. Okay, so we need to enter the password. The password I'm entering here. I'm changing the password here. Just enter the old password, come to the new password without any enter button. I did it. So it is asking one more time. I request you should not do change the password thing. Enter. Okay, you're not supposed to change the password because the ID is exclusive for you, then you can change it. But ID is sharing, right? Now, what are the options we can type here, team? So ready,
ISPF.
I can type ISPF, type ISPF, enter. So type ISPF, enter. So Now this is called command line. What is this called? This line is called as a command line. How to close this? How to log out from here? How to close the screen? How to close the screen?
Is equal to X.
F3.
F3.
Okay, so not F3. How to F3 is correct. How to close the screen?
Is equal
We
to
type
X.
X equal symbol X, right? So I'll type equal X. Equal X I can type anywhere, not a problem. Enter. And type 2 here. I am getting some screen. It is okay. It is nothing wrong. So you can type either select 2 option. If you need to type 2, hit the enter. Then type log off to do log out properly. So this is the proper logout team. Okay, this is the proper logout.
Venkat, you entered two to delete the
Yeah.
data set or something, right? So what is it?
So very good. Whenever you do login, by default one temporary data set will be created. So we don't want that. That's why I selected delete, because by default server will create when you are doing a login. So why I need the data set? I don't need any more that. So anyway, it will recreate it again when it's when I am logging. That's why I deleted. If you want to keep it, you can keep it. Not a problem.
Okay, so that will be stored in our library or something like that, right? File list or something.
Yeah, you can see in 3.4. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Venkat.
What is the use of the dataset actually?
Okay.
So,
We'll see. Okay. Now I'll do further another ID. Log on. Okay. Space ID. We have a 3 IDs. I'm using the other ID and enter the password, old password, and I enter the new password. So use a tab button. Use a tab button to move from this screen to other screen here. From here to bring here, use a tab button. Tab. Okay. So if you use a tab button in the online application form, it will go to the editable field, right? Same way. So enter. Yeah. So you are on the screen. So type ISPF. So let me proceed further to explain. So I have around 10 and 15 minutes on this login process now. So let me explain about this screen. This is called menu bar. Okay, this is called menu bar. Uh, Scroll choice option. Okay, if I click, just place the cursor on menu anywhere, hit the enter, you will get some sub options. How I can go back from the small window? Press F3 once only. Okay, I should hit the enter button, I guess. Yeah, so select a menu, enter. I'll hit the enter. Okay, you see, if you want to come out of this menu, they are asking to type 10. So I'll type a 10, it will come out of it. Oh, same. Okay, if you press F3, this is same thing happening. So let me try on utilities. Enter, enter. So if I hit the enter, it is going further, but you press F3. Okay. So compilers, click on compilers. Then you will get some option. Hit the enter button to go back or to proceed with the first option. Okay, this is called menu bar. Okay, this is the screen name. This is the page, right? This is the, like a web page. The name of the page. It's a ISP primary option menu. It is a ISP primary option menu. Then right side, you can see what is the user ID you used to do login. Which user ID you used to do login. The time, what time is the now terminal, the screen and screen is there. That's why we are able to see one. I can open multiple screens here. That number, whichever the screen you are using or working on, the relevant screen number will come. Language is English. Don't think that English is the only one option. If you see Europe countries, French uh, or Spain, their environment is in their local language. Okay, so in India and US and UK and all, everywhere the mainframe server is in English. But if you go to Norway or Portugal, Spain, France, so their programs, their screens, everything is in their local language. Okay, so that's why, since this is English language, we are able to see. Then TSO prefix is a Venkat C. We'll discuss about that eventually later. And the system ID and release ISPF option version. If you want to know which is the ISPF option, you can see that here. ISPF option. The next one here you can see settings. Okay, 0. These are all the options. Okay, to go to the settings, I have to type a 0. 1 view, 2 edit, 3 utilities, 4 foreground, like that. So we have a 1 to 11 and M to see more options. So more. Okay, so the next one, if I want to, there is a, I'll tell you commands, few commands. So PF show on, PF show off. So to display the function keys on the screen, we use PF show on. PF show to hide the function keys from the screen. We use PF show off. Let me type it now. PF show, you no need to type uppercase. You can type in either case. PF show on. Okay, commands are not case sensitive. In only data is case sensitive. Now this is the command. It's not a case sensitive. Enter. You can see in the bottom F1 help, F2 split, F3 exit, F4, F7 forward. These are all. Okay, team, I hope you're clear till now.
Yes.
Right. So I'll type pf show off to to hide it. Function keys works even though if it is not displaying to you. Don't worry. Pf show off. Okay. So yeah, go on mute. Someone is not. Yeah. So this is the one. Next, the other command is I'll type a one. What is the meaning of one, guys? Okay, one is A, one is B. Did I say anything like that? No. So one is you need to understand from this. Okay, one is display source data or listing. If I type a one, it will go to this particular option. Type one, hit the enter button, and you can see view entry panel. Now the screen name got changed. The screen name got changed. Now you need to understand something on the screen. ISPF library set something is there. So we have a more equal plus. Okay, more equal, more colon plus. What does mean? Something is there in the bottom. So if I use, let's go to here. I to go there. I'll use incognito. I'll type amazon.com. Yeah. So I have a page down, page up, page down, right? Okay. What we use for page down, we have a button called page down, or you can use a mouse scroll up. Do you agree with me? So in mainframe, okay, F8 is equivalent to F8 function key is equivalent to page down. F7 function key is equivalent to page up. Okay, one page down we can achieve with the function keys called F8, F7. Now on the screen, whether we have another page, yes, plus is there. I can press F8. Now minus is there. Minus means it is there on the top, but there is no more further pages. Okay, and F7. Okay, so plus means there is one more page in the down. Minus means it is there on the top. Plus minus is there means still some pages are there on the top, in the bottom. So now I want to go back to the previous screen. If I want to go back to the previous screen, we use a function key called F3. So if you want to go back to, okay, if you want to go back to previous screen, we use F3. So I'll press F3, and this is something like this. So now you see that ISPF primary option menu. We discussed about this. I'll type CD. Function keys are not visible, but still I could able to type F3, F7, F8. Now on the screen, do we have any more plus and all? No, which means that there is no at all another page. So there is no question about it. The next one, PF show on. So that it is visible to everyone, which is the function key. Now I want to change from forward to something else. I want to change from forward. I don't want to see this. I want to type as a page down. I want to type page 7. I want to rename this text. So there is another command I'm going to explain to you is a keys. Okay. You should not try. If you keep trying, then everyone will do their own things. I request you to don't do these keys, but I'll explain you practically. So type keys, hit the enter. Now here you see that, right? Backward, I will use page up, P up. I'll use P down. Here is a case sensitive. However, how you write in the same way it appears. Hit the enter. Don't do save and all. Just modify the things. Hit the enter. Press F3. Now you see P down is a page down. P up is a page up. How we are able to change? Keys. The command is keys. Now whatever you write, that is visible to the end user. Here I written a help, that is coming from here. Don't think about this definition. Okay, definition is not out. It's not our box. So split is coming from here, F2. F3 exit. Okay, F5 there is a refined. F7 is, you can use F4, 5, 6 also for other purposes that you can explore it later. But page up, F7, page down, F8, F9 is a swap. What is a swap? We'll discuss that later. And you can see, I'll press F8. There is no more, but you can still, if you type F8, you can see that there is a function keys F1, F2, F12 is a cancel, F3 is F13 is help, F14. These are all F1 function key to function 24. So total we will be having 24 function keys. P F1 to F24, PA1 and PA2, PA3. So these are all the function keys. So press F3 to go back to the previous screen. Any queries? Now, so we saw what is that keys. Okay, PF show on and all. If you want to change the colors, okay, somebody don't like, I request don't change colors because these are all the standard. Why I am saying team, if you go to other company also, other client system also, everyone use F8. You can change it. F F3 can use as a page down. Nobody will stop you. But as you should not, when you change the project or when you change the environment server, you should not feel yourself something. That is that those function keys definitions are different, and this client system function keys are different. So everyone will maintain the same standard. F8 means generally they will keep for page down. F7 means page up. F3 to go back to the previous screen. Any queries till now? Right. So we are done with this. What next we have to do, guys? Then, so I will type another command called settings. What is the another command? Settings. So I'll type a settings, hit the enter. So whatever the commands I am telling you, you can execute on any command line. It is not necessary to execute only on this ISP primary option menu. Okay, let's say I'll go to 5. I don't know what. Yeah, I'll go to the 3 utilities, hit the enter. Now somewhere else. Can I type settings? Yes. You can type settings on any screen. PF show on any screen. Enter. Now you see where is the command line? Command line is there on the top. Command line is there at top. How we can bring to the bottom? You can see it. Enter slash to select option. So this is disabled. Disabled means it's not active. So this is not an active. To make it an active, I will give a slash. So I will give a slash command line at bottom. I will hit the enter. Command line came to the bottom. So this one also don't change it. Okay, don't think that Venkat is asking to don't try anything. You can try, but you need to keep it to the original status. I don't have any problem if you try, but make it on the top. That is a standard which generally do it. Okay, now I want to again bring to the top. What I have to do? So I have to bring the command line to the top. What I have to do?
Remove that slash.
Yeah, we have to remove the slash on the first this year. Remove it, hit the enter. That's all. So you can see enter, press F3 to go back. Okay. So this is another settings option. Okay. Now you can see command menu option. There are only two, not many options in the menu bar. There is a more plus, which means that F8, F7 you can use thoroughly. So it is needed also when sometimes that. I'll press F3. Now we are on the utilities selection panel, this page. How I can go back? I'll press F3. This is ISPO primary option menu. Okay. So I hope you started understanding the navigations. So far I used four function keys, not four, three, F3, F7, F8. These three function keys I explained to you. So I'll type a 0, settings, enter. Press F3. Okay. Now let me explain theoretical concepts. Okay. I spent some time on the server. Tomorrow I'll explain everything practically only. Let me give some theory stuff for you. Ready, log off. Now. So by the way, team, I request everyone, let's say you should not do like this. I logged in, Venkat A. I enter the password. Okay, I enter the password and I'll type ISPF. Intentionally, by mistake, I clicked on cross button. I closed it. I closed it. Okay. Now you see when you try to do login, what it is going to throw. Log on, Venkat A. Enter the password. Okay, it is reconnected, but sometimes you will get as the user id in use. So this time it is working fine, but not the always.
Venkat, we have given this reconnect, right? Yes, option as yes, right? In the main screen.
Yes, reconnect I given yes.
Because of that is connected, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, right. Now if I close it, then you cannot able to log in at least 5 to 10 minutes because it will take 10 minutes to make it that ideal and to do logout by default. Yeah. So explained in terminology. So we have something called data set. Okay. In mainframe, there is a term called data set. So data set is nothing but is a folder. There are two types of data sets basically. Okay, one is non-VSAM data sets. I know I have to explain what is data set, don't worry. And VSAM data set. Okay, let me explain that. So data set is a file. Okay, data set is called as a file. Okay, data set is called as a file. So data set is like a sequential file. We call as a okay, we'll come to that point. Data set is a like a notepad. Okay, so data set is like a notepad. In notepad, what you can store? You can store the data. You can write the program. See, is it only text? You can write about your love story. You can write about your, you know, uh, your life journey. You can write about your study, or you write in the notepad program. You can store the transactions, any transaction, money transactions. So notepad you can use as your wish, right? So here we concept have a data set. So data sets are two types. All the data sets they consider categorized into two types. One is non-VSAM data sets. One is a physical sequential. So actual PS file is going to act as a, so PS stands physical sequential. Physical sequential going to act as a notepad. PDS partitioned data set. PDS stands partition data set folder. A folder can have a PDS can have the members. So member is nothing but notepad only. So in terms of PS file, either physical sequential file or flat file, all are same. Okay, PS file, that is a physical sequential file or sequential file or flat file. When I use, or sometimes people will call as a transaction file. So if somebody says, do you know the transaction file name? That means that it is a PS file. It is a flat file. It is a sequential file. It is a physical sequential file. Okay, the people will call in a different ways, but everything is represents the physical sequential file. So it acts as a notepad where you can store any sort of data, any type of the data you can store in the sequential file. PDS partition. Okay, it's like a PDS. In a PDS, what you can create a members. The member in the member, what will be there? You can store in the data. How you are storing the data in a PS file? You can store in the a member of the PDS also. Okay, so next VSAM data sets. There are four types are there. We'll discuss the differences between them, all of them. Non-VSAM data sets are KSDS, key sequence data set, ESDS, entry sequence data set, and LDS, linear data set, RRDS, uh, relative record data set. So these are all the four types of VSAM data sets. We will discuss about them later. We'll discuss about them later. And in tomorrow's session, I'll explain the differences between VSAM and non-VSAM datasets. I'll explain differences between VSAM and non-VSAM datasets. Okay, so I'll stop for today. So